Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871 chiming in with a lateral sensor log. It's been a while since we did one. So welcome back to BitChute, welcome back to Rumble, welcome back to the free speech that Alphabet Google is censoring yet again. So what are we looking at right here? I believe this is from CBS, and it says, Ukrainian student in Philly gets into prestigious Boston School for Music. Oh, ho, ho, lordy da. David Korsovo. I know I'm butchering that, but David Korzakov. Korzakov. I'll say Korzakov and settle with that. David Korzakov is a senior at String Theory School in Center City and left behind his father, who was a military chaplain fighting in the I guess supposed to be Russian, that's a typo. Russian-Ukrainian war. David, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a Jew. A lot of the Ukrainians are Jews. So what I found very interesting, okay, was the disclaimer that popped up when I went to comment on this video, because as you may know, lateral sensor logs, it has to do with telling you what you can and cannot say, what YouTube is restricting you from doing. So first, let's take a look at young David here and what he has here.
Accomplishing a lifelong dream, all while his father is fighting in the Russian-Ukrainian war. A high school senior at String Theory Schools in Center City will be attending the prestigious Berklee College of Music in Boston this fall. Josh Sanders shares his story of hope.
For as long as he can remember, high school senior David Korzakov has dreamed of using music to make the world a better place.
I want to make people feel what I feel inside. Yeah.
And use music to do that.
And use music to do that, yeah.
But 2 years ago, the sounds of war changed his life forever.
In 4 in the morning, when we start to hear bombs, hear Russian flies, and my father go to my room and says, war started, we just need to take a bag. My father say I need to choose. I need to take my bag or I need to take my key lock.
With just his keyboard and the clothes on his back, David traveled all the way to Philadelphia with his mom and sister to further his education at String Theory Schools in Center City. But he longed for what he left behind.
When I start to think to my friends who die in Ukraine, and I watch all these friends who right here with me, I think that God gave me something.
While he's made new friends, his best friend is still fighting in the war.
My father in Ukraine, he is a military chaplain.
Still in Ukraine?
Yes, still in Ukraine.
Fighting in the war.
Yep.
What does he mean to you?
He's my best friend. He's my number one. I speak with him every day.
And now his number one has a reason to celebrate with his son, because David just got into the school of his dreams.
I watch internet and I just watch the school and it says, wow, I know the school. And I try to apply and I get in.
This fall, he will be attending the Berklee College of Music in Boston.
That's mean a lot.
Yeah, David, I bet it does mean a lot. You know, there's a whole lot that would mean a lot to the American taxpayers who made all of this happen for you. Now, one thing I do want to point out here, he is a very talented young man. There's no question about that. Very talented, and I'm not saying that his talents don't merit his admission. However, who is paying for it? You know, why is there always money for these immigrants, be it legal or illegal? You know, quite frankly, I could even go off into a whole thing here. It's a side tangent. As I was watching him play the piano, working the foot pedals of the piano, he's got on some, looks like low budget. They might even be used Adidas. I could so go off onto a very, very long tangent, chastising the hell out of urban blacks, urban Latinos, their compulsive obsession with ridiculously overpriced sneakers, and the way they allow themselves to just simply be preyed upon by, this is the young man here. Like I say, I give him his credit where he earns his credit. He's got his head on straight. He doesn't want to, he's not dumping money into frivolous things, expensive baubles that are in the here and now, but rather focusing on the future. This is very, very atypical of a Jew. They're very good with their money, and they're very good with making prudent decisions. Why, oh why, can't urban blacks, urban Latinos take a page out of their book? Why is it that they can't see that their best friend Jew oligarchy, oh my, they're so good. They're always there with their nonprofits and their altruism, and oh boy, they never ever see that the Jews, the yeshivas, let me put it to you like this. When's the last time you saw a massive walkout because a Jew student at a yeshiva, didn't like the way his teacher spoke to him? Where are the, my God, he can't even call them fistfights anymore, but where is the felony assaults going on at yeshivas? You see what I'm saying? Am I making my point? Where are the ridiculous transsexual teachers in the yeshivas with gigantic, highly sexualized novelty breast, scantily clad? Where is the drag time striptease artists doing a pole dance, either all near naked or completely naked? For elementary school students at the yeshiva. You see, you don't see any of that. But the Jew is going to be there with all of their lawyer, what they call it, lawfare, with all of their lawfare might, the ACLU, they're all Jews. They're all going to be there to hold a metaphorical gun to public schools and even some private schools' head, forcing them to accept a truly fucked up way of life that they would never allow in their precious Jew schools. Never. So young David here, he's going to get top-notch, baby. A top-notch education. Yes, he certainly is. All taxpayer funded. Oh, and that takes us to our lateral Censor-Log. So the rest of it, you only had a few seconds left. It's just your, the usual, blah, blah, blah. Let's open up here. Let's see what we got here. That's not our first comment. No. Let's look at our 0-second comment. Okay. Here I said, meanwhile, this is my comment, my original comment. Meanwhile, American citizens like myself are struggling with having their food stamps slashed down to nothing. Even Google knows how bad this story looks when they have to throw up warnings of community guidelines telling you what you can and cannot say before commenting. However, I don't care. I still want everybody to go to my channel and look at my last 2 videos to see what I'm struggling with while this person gets to live the diamond life on taxpayer-funded everything. Let's give a little tappy poo. Uh-oh, error 404. No, total control, no. You can't say that. Are you crazy? Total control? That argument was much too logical, much too sense-oriented. Oh no. It's too grounded in reality. Total control, we can't have you saying this. And we definitely can't have people going to your YouTube channel. Mind you, I said my channel. Which would, all they have to do is tap on my icon here. And of course, you guys know what my last two episodes are, showing my very vacant refrigerator and what I finally did get, what cost me $550 freaking dollars. Okay? How I had to struggle, how I still don't have a new pair of eyeglasses and probably won't. How my lawn is turning into a freaking jungle, especially with all the rain we've been getting. Okay? How I'm struggling to make it day to day. While young David here gets whisked away into the world of prep. Into a conservatory, so to speak. Where he will be curated over and his talent will be brought to full fruition. Oh, my goodness. I can just see him at Carnegie now. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, indeed. So I got curious. I wanted to see, exactly what it is. Let's tap on here. So now this is 15 minutes old. Let's take a look at what the difference is. I go on to say here, meanwhile, citizens like myself are struggling with having their food stamps slashed down to nothing. Even Google knows how bad this story looks when they have to throw up warnings of community guidelines telling you what you can and cannot say before commenting. I'm struggling while this person gets to live the diamond life on taxpayer-funded everything. Now, you heard me say that Google was throwing up disclaimers as to what you can and cannot say, right? Let's take a look at what that was. So here we are. Here's our video. I took a screenshot of it. Ukrainian student gets into Philly. So I go to tap on to make a comment, to leave the comment that we just read. Uh-oh, what's this? CBS 3. Be civil. Be civil and respectful. No self-promotion or spam. Questions welcome. Really? I see. So I didn't even put a link down there, but no self-promotion. Could it be, dare I say, that Google knows, or maybe even CBS? I mean, frankly, it's all one big machine, one big censorship machine. Do they know that there are videos? People are like myself. I don't think I'm the only person making videos of what the recession looks like, what the inflation recession looks like. That recession that that Joe Biden denied ever happened. Okay. You don't want people talking about what they are struggling with. Why? Why are you so afraid of the truth? Oh, yeah. You're not allowed to comment until you click on got it. I tell you, they want you, remember your comments should always be respectful. Well, I'm sorry. What is it about my comment that wasn't respectful? What is it about this? However, I don't care. I don't care. I still want everybody to go to my channel and look at my last two videos to see what I'm struggling with while this person gets to live a diamond life on taxpayer-funded everything. What's the matter, Google? Aren't you proud? Aren't you proud of your participation in America's downfall? Young David here He doesn't have to worry about his refrigerator. I'm sure if he needs eyeglasses, he'll get them. And they won't be the type of eyeglasses that look like you just got out of prison or the military. Was it Drew Carey called them birth control? He doesn't have to worry about that. His everything will be taken care of on taxpayer-funded everything. If I'm not mistaken, up in, was it Chicago? Was it Chicago or New York? It's so hard to keep it all straight. But I think it was Chicago. Brendan Johnson, the mayor up there, apparently one of the two cities, they just somehow magically found $30 million for illegal aliens. $30 million. I'm sure Brandon, although he has a visa, soon to be green card if he doesn't have a green card already. Of course he got hustled to the front of the line. Of course. Of course. I'm sure he'll get to participate in that 30 million. I think he's in New York or Philadelphia. All of these sanctuary cities, amazing the way they can come up with money almost out of thin air. But like I say, my food stamps have been slashed down to almost non-existent. When I get to the end of the month like we're winding down to now, tumbleweeds are blowing through my cupboards and my refrigerator. And Alphabet Google, they don't want you uttering one word. Not one goddamn word. Don't you utter one goddamn word about your poverty situation. People are talking about it. If I'm not mistaken, there's a huge scandal brewing. Judge dismisses riot charges against 140 illegal aliens accused of rushing border in El Paso. Well, thank God for that. Now we don't have to worry about running out of room for all the J6 protesters, right? Right. Or how about this? Dun, dun, dun. Thomas Massie says he was threatened by Speaker Johnson's HSA for refusing to delete video showing House members waving Ukrainian flags. Really? Representative Thomas Massie posted on Tuesday that he was called upon by the House Sergeant-at-Arms, who allegedly threatened the representative with a $500 fine if he did not delete a post with a video from the House floor when Democrat congressmen waved Ukraine flags after the chamber voted to pass a massive, I'm throwing in my own language here, a massive foreign welfare package that includes funding for a whole bunch of rich-ass Jews. Instead of fining Democrats for waving flags, the House Sergeant-at-Arms just called and said, I would be fined $500 if I don't delete this video post. Massie wrote online, yes, people, censorship! Censorship! Oh, yeah, we've all seen the video, baby. Never mind, we won't go to it. We've all seen the video. I told you, the communist alt-left, they're all about censorship. However, if I am being fair here, ever since October 6th, 7th, whatever day it was, where the Jews pissed off the Palestinians to the point of having to join forces with Hamas. You know what? That's a whole video in and of itself. Okay? When people talk about the whole Hamas, oh my God, I get it. I get it. Hamas, they're terrorists. There's a lot of questions surrounding where they came from. Were they a product of Israel? Were they created and put in place by Israel, as a useful leverage? After all, that as long as Hamas exists, then a reason to commit genocide exists, a reason to commit ethnic cleansing. Now, how good of a reason you feel that is, that's completely up to you. Because, like I said, the Palestinians have been wiped out by the tens of thousands. Okay? And they want to say, well, Hamas is a terrorist organization. Well, if that's your logic, then why didn't America drop nuclear weapons on, Pakistan, Afghanistan after 9/11? Oh, that's right. That would be completely disproportionate. They have things like tactical nukes, They don't necessarily have to be world-ending nuclear weapons. They didn't even reach for tactical nukes. Okay, after World War II, after Fat Boy got dropped, after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they understood the awesome power of these bombs, of these atomic bombs. But apparently, Israel and the Zionist oligarchy, they don't have a problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever with reaching for these disproportionate, because after all, they are not to be questioned. I mean, hell, you see, I can't even put a simple reply comment. Okay, they even know before you even get the typing. Google was saying to you before you even get into the comments section, let me remind you who the hell it is that you're going to be talking about. Your Zion master. Your Zion master of the universe. So when you speak about your God, small g God, make sure you speak with reverence. You better kiss and lick and suck that asshole like you never kissed and licked and sucked and fucked before. You are to never question them. You are to never craft an articulate argument full of logic and reasoning. The only thing you are to do is to obey like the goyim sheep that you are. Mike Johnson really wants to memory hole this betrayal of America, the congressman added. I guess so. Memory hole, not censorship, baby. Censorship. The video of the Democratic representatives went viral on Saturday after a package of over $60 billion in the House of Representatives go to Ukraine. Jewcrane. Just call it Jewcrane, okay? They're all a bunch of Jewcrane. Although it's not clear exactly how the alleged fine was ordered, a Congressional Research Service report on the duties of the House Sergeant at Arms states, under the direction of the Speaker of the House or other presiding officers, a Sergeant at Arms plays an integral role in maintaining order and decorum in the House chamber. Well, now, isn't that special? So there you go, people. If you question your master, then you will be summarily punished. Okay? Before I pull away from the story, I do want to include the update. Heaven forbid I be accused of journalism that isn't fair. Update. House Speaker Mike Johnson wrote on Twitter of the fine. Upon reviewing Representative Massey's tweet, our team reached out to the Sergeant at Arms. I do not agree with this assessment, and there will be no fine imposed on Rep. Massey. In other words, you didn't want to make the optics look bad. You didn't want the PR nightmare to get any worse than what it already was. Right? That's all that really was. You didn't want the PR ugliness to get any worse. Yes, Mike Johnson, the Zion oligarch in bed. You know, like I said to somebody on a chat, you're going to need super duper strength, super duper prescription strength. They Live glasses, you know, quote unquote. They Live, the movie They Live. You know the kind of glasses I'm talking, shades and whatnot, the way they did in the movie. You're going to need super duper prescription strength in order to see all of the embedded Zionists that have thoroughly infected both parties. Okay? So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a Lateral Censor-Log. Young David here. I'm sure he will his every need will be comforted. I'm sure that he will get the best that that American taxpayer money can buy, and of course he will be ushered, he will be guided, he will get the correct tutelage from his American Jew counterparts. And of course he'll probably be given his own dual citizenship, right? Because that's how they function. They call themselves dual citizenships, And of course, he'll be able to, should he choose, become a congressman here in America and also be work in the parliament or the Congress or whatever they have it, also over in Israel or Ukraine, because that's how they function. You get to operate in both worlds. Of course, you can't. We American citizens, we can't go over there to their government. Oh no, you're going to keep your goyim filth the fuck out of our country, right? Right. So there you go. There you go. All right, people. Let's see if this video gets taken down. It's been a while since YouTube's taken one of my videos down. I got a feeling this is going to be on their chopping block, but you know what? I really don't care. Start that migration, people. Head over to BitChute and Rumble. No more censorship. All right, people, that's it for now. Keep watching, keep being vigilant, and do not give in to the censorship. Do not allow them to trick you into self-censorship. A lot of that's been going on. Oh my God, I have so much I want to say, but I can't say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it all. The video gets taken down, it gets taken down. Channel gets deleted, it just gets deleted. Okay? I don't give a shit. I'm not walking on eggshells. I'm not walking on Google's eggshells. Remember, people, why do you think they're panicking? They don't allow BitChute links. They don't allow anybody's links. They are terrified of the fair competition. Viewership is down, way down. They're hemorrhaging money. Their stock is suffering. Bottom line, despite what you may have thought, and I know a lot of people out there, they're addicted to a lot of different social media platforms, Google included. But I'll tell you this before I leave you. Google needs you more than you need them. Remember that and choose wisely. Total Control 871.